Hello and welcome to World of Tanks with Regular Logic. This is going to be an Object 140 replay from my North American account called Jinkies. Jinkies is no longer called Jinkies, it is now called Music, MUS1CK. For those of you in the know, Music is a Battlefield streamer and he is fully aware that I have used his name. He seems to be fine with it. So I start late because my game crashed, but still the general play is the same, you know, go to hill, dominate hill, then win from there. So I noticed our 907 has gone up the hill before me, and he's taken one hit already. Probably wasn't going to pen that anyway, but it's good to suppress the E100. It makes him realise that he is in a place where he can get hit. So their STB is going to be ultra annoying for me in this situation because he realises that he can track me, and I'm going to kill off this T-57 now. T-57 is a very good autoloader, for close range engagements anyway. And at this point our LTDB is having a fit, because no one has gone to the 2 and 3 line. Our E75 is AFK, and I've realised that the KV-4 on the enemy team has just been spotted there, having gone through the trench to my left. So I'm going to move up and try and kill him off before he can make an encroaching attack on our artillery. And I'm going to get some help from the 907 behind me at the top of the hill. Turns out, didn't need all that much help. Artillery in the corner of the map is on the ball. So at this point I see the T-30 is alone against an unspotted 183 and 4005. Yeah, see, 1100 HP gone in one shot. He's probably not going to last very much longer. But thanks to the terrain in this location, I can effectively go to where I'm going now with relative impunity. So I get unlucky. Unfortunate that I don't kill off the E75 in one shot. That might have saved my 268. And you'll notice that the repair times for this vehicle are not as fast as they could be. That's because my adage of playing mediums is that if you get spotted, you did it wrong, and you deserve to get hit in the face. So I can't really help the 268 anymore because he's pinned where he is. So it's better for me to come around and destroy these limited traverse turret TDs, especially since I have support in the shape of the AMX 5100. At this point I'm thinking I'll go back and help the 268, and he just promptly dies. The reason I couldn't help him is because to help him out of that situation I would have to put myself in extreme danger. So I'd have to take a shot from potentially the E75 and potentially the entire clip from the 5100. Or I'd have to go around and expose myself to the hill, and the STB on the enemy team is not playing into my hands. He wants to win this, so I'm not going to do that either. So the E75 is now dead. I want to keep the 5100 tracked here for as long as I can. And I noticed that if I stay in this location for much longer, I'm sure that artillery is going to land a shot on me. I also noticed that I noticed that our 5100 has decided to abandon the artillery on our team in hopes of, I don't know, killing artillery or something like that, which is really not helpful. But he goes to J1, finds an artillery in K1, and promptly clips the artillery and K1. Yeah, there he goes. Meanwhile, Type 62 has leroyed into the corner of the map to go where find our artillery, because artillery spots are very it's very generic. It's like no imagination at all. But it turns out that he might have got the kill, but Conqueror Gunkara decides to relieve him of the artillery. So I'm loading heat at this moment because I realise the E100 is probably going to be swagging into the cap right now. And then the cap alarm goes off. I don't normally fire heat at things, but generally it's stuff that deserves it. And again I get unlucky. So I can scare off the E100 this time. But as he knows I've just fired, he's gonna aim this shot. And he does well to pen that actually, considering he's firing AP. Well, I guess I was normalized against him, so... So, hats off to the E100 for playing E100 with AP. I use my E100 with AP. And at this point I'm looking to use the left-hand side of the map. That is to say the east, because the west does not have any solid cover for artillery, and since the AMX 5100 is now dead, I don't want to put myself in a position where I have my back to him. He could potentially sneak up on me and land a shot into me, and I'm a one-shot for him, regardless of which gun he's using. And if you're looking at the back of an L-Check 140, you rarely bounce. So I'm just trying to sort of... I get to this point and realise, no cover, plus the waffle. Go from the left instead. And the LTDB is giving me the worst advice ever. So I get fortunate on that one. My previous one impacted the rock. That was my fault because I didn't give it enough. I aimed at the rock and thought that I was aiming at the 100. My bad. So the waffle turns up just as I suspected he would. Fires into the ground. But I'm just going to run away now. I'm going to try and break spotting. And the great thing about this medium is it's got pretty decent mobility. So you can move around the map at will. And the idea that most people take is, oh my god, the cap is going off, you know, I don't have time to move. That's rubbish. Generally you can get to around sort of 50% if you're in a medium, a high mobile medium like this one. And then you can worry about getting back to the cap to reset and things like that. So I'm looking to end this quickly, so I'm looking for the artillery. I'm hoping that he'll be around this area, because it'll take me 2 shots to kill him, and if I get his back... if I got his back there, then it would take him more effort to turn around and shoot at me, and but unfortunately the game is not in my favour. Because whilst I can spot him in this location, I can't fire at him and he can spot me, which means that the element of surprise going into this engagement against the capping Waffle Panzer is going to be even more stacked against me. Not only do I have the risk of being one-shotted by the artillery, which means I have to work fast, I also have a cap counter that's running down rapidly, and Waffenträger Panzer IV, who knows exactly which direction I'm going to be coming from. Fortunately for me, he doesn't really seem to know his tank limitations too well, whereas I know mine pretty well. So I used auto-aim there to try and get an easy shot in there. But this is still not over. The artillery, like I said, if he's looking the right way and I come around the corner too fast, he can potentially one-shot me just by hitting the ground around me. So, yeah, all or nothing. At this point I've got 9 kills. 10 is Pool's medal. And Type 62 salty in chat. All the salt. So, panic, panic, panic! And he panics as well and fires. So, I messaged him after this game and said, I'm sorry, I panic fired, and he was like, yeah, so did I. But he congratulated me on my game. And I don't have a thing against artillery. I quite like it as it is. Maybe they could change something about the RNG penetrating shots. But yeah, that was the Object 140. That was a Top Gun Pools medal with High Caliber and Defender, I believe. I shall put up the end plates, courtesy of Quickie Baby's replay site, because it lists WN8 and damage done and damage assist and all that kind of stuff. I really can't be asked to find it myself. Okay, see you next time. So yes, 5,341 damage done, 1,100 assisted, 1,400 base XP. 1,400 seems to be the magic number for getting ace tankers on NA. And the win 8 that I got from this was 7,323. If I had to do anything differently, I might have helped the 268 out a little more. But as it went, worked out pretty well.